Welcome back to another episode of 40 Facts about the 40k universe. I am your host Gershwan, and today we're going over everything that was left off from the Unification Wars. Now, this is not going to be a full 40 Facts video, which is why this video is a bonus video for you guys today. So just sit back and enjoy part 4 of the Unification Wars. The Roma were organized mercenary flyers who fought for the forces of Ursh. Highly skilled pilots, they were said to never touch the earth beneath them. They were trained to carry out pinpoint aerial attacks and were therefore of great value to the generals of Ursh. Both the Red Engines and the Tupolov Lancers followed the command of the warlord Shankal. The Red Engines were masters of the siege and possessed siege engines able to raze whole fortresses or hive cities to the ground. The Lancers are described as screaming berserkers. These warriors were trained for close combat action and proved ruthless and deadly. In many ways, they were a model for the later tactics of the World Eater's Legion of Space Marines. The Heroclix were the personal counselors of the Ursh warlord Shankal. Their name means interprets of dreams in the ancient Urshan dialect of Low Gothic, but it is likely that they used some kind of warp sorcery to guide Shankal in his actions. Wrath Singers, the specialist unit, was likely comprised of practitioners of sorcery that bent the power of the warp to their will. They were able to use their psychic abilities, or magic as the Chronicles of Ursh name their ability, to change the environment to their advantage, or to kill men from afar with their spells. The Yondastic bloc was a techno-barbarian state located in what was once Southeast Asia. As late as the time of the Horus Heresy in the 31st millennium, the bloc, though an integral part of the Imperium of Man, still retained a distinct regional identity to Terra. The bloc was ruled by a man named Cardinal Tang, the tyrannical ethnarch during the closing years of the Age of Strife before the Unification. He wished to return the world to a pre-technology age, burning scientists, mathematicians, and philosophers who opposed his church's views. Tang imposed a genocidal policy that consisted of forcing breeding between one genetically compatible citizen of the bloc, combined with a eugenic program that aided for the pursuit of radical hygiene through the use of compulsory sterilization and the genocidal termination of undesirables. Those that defied these enforced rules were punished brutally. Imperial history would later characterize Tang's rule as one of the bloodiest and full of death camps and genocides. Tang was eventually overthrown by his own people during the rise of the Imperium and was imprisoned in the notorious penal colony of Nusa Kambangan, which would later become a productive hive city. Tang tried to conceal his true identity and hide amongst the general population, but only a few days after his arrival, Tang's fellow inmates learned of his true identity and murdered the former tyrant. The military unit known as the Stormbird was developed by the Yondastic bloc and used against the Pan-Pacific tribes during the Unification War. No information is available in the Imperial records to identify what the Stormbird was, though it was likely a weapon used against those techno-barbarian states that allied with the Emperor's growing forces. And those were the last facts for the Unification Wars. I hope you guys enjoyed this bonus video. Thank you for liking, sharing, and doing all the cool stuff that you guys do to keep this YouTube channel awesome. Thank you so much for all you've done. And this was Gershwan with One Mind Syndicate, signing out.